Hey, it's Happy Health Habits Happy Hour with the peeps here, my tribe on what is the day?
14th.
The 14th. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be 55 tomorrow. So exciting. Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
Healthiest I've ever been. I can't believe I'm 55. So anyway, Tanya, you have 2 minutes and you have an announcement. So we're starting with Tanya. She has the floor because we want to get her announcement.
My big announcement is I have lost 8 pounds in the last month.
Shut
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Yay.
8 big pounds. The only fallback to it is I never did find out how to register my weight with Craig on the 28-day challenge. So,
No. Oh, well,
yeah.
it's okay. It's just all good. It's all good. I don't even know how to help you with that. The only thing I can say is submit a support ticket. But I'm so proud of you. And it's because you've been doing what? What is the evidence that you are becoming a healthy person with a healthy identity? What is that evidence? What are you doing?
I am sticking to the 5-in-1 plan 100%, keeping my water at approximately 90 to 100 ounces per day.
Oh, wow.
And I have added exercise into my plan every day, routinely. So something has helped.
Awesome. And your mind, what do you tell everybody what you're doing for your brain, your mindset?
Oh, and I have gotten into my life book.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
for you, Tanya. Good for you.
Yes.
So, yes, I was super excited yesterday to get on the scale, and my doctor was excited, and so all is going in the right direction.
And you're doing your mindset work with Dave Blanchard every week, right?
Yes. Yep.
And you're doing your win calls every day.
Yes, I missed it this morning, so I'm going to have to do it tonight because I was on a job, but I'm going to have to do it tonight.
Okay, raise your hand if you have to keep up with Tanya because she's smoking you for some. I think everyone in the room should have their hand up because honestly, you just. So on Monday night, they talked about if I followed you around for a week, right? Did you guys remember this part? If I followed you around for a week, would I find evidence that you're becoming a live it person and a mindset makeover maven? Yes, we would, Tanya. Yes, we would. I looked up that word maven. It means just an expert at something, and people that are actually, people that have knowledge of something. Isn't that a great word? We're mavens.
Mhm.
We have the knowledge and we're in the becoming. And I love the fact that you were a client for how many years and you didn't dive into the life book, right? How many years, maybe?
Almost 5.
This is the first year where you actually went, oh, there's good stuff in here.
As a former kindergarten teacher, good job. Good job.
Elaine, I got a shout out to Elaine because Elaine and Sharon have a fellow friend who's been on Optavia, like a diet, like a flippin' diet. And Elaine called it out and she said, well, she's just on a diet. She's not doing the life book. It's so true. If we're not in here, we are doing a diet.
Yep.
What do we want? We want to live it. We don't want to die. Diet is death. It's the word die in there. Heal is health, right? Heal, health. We want to be healing and healthy. So bravo, Tanya. I know you got to go. So thank you for sharing. That was a great kickoff to our topic tonight about how to eating. What was it? How to eat, fuel your body properly. So for life. And don't you feel a million times better just getting all the balls in the air, Tanya?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And you never, if you drop any of your balls, remember it's juggling. It's okay. Just pick that ball up and just keep, just get it back in the mix, right? So no beat up. Hi, Phyllis, Kathy, Elaine, Carrie. Yay! I'm so excited. She's popping in. Wendy's back from her cruise. So Tanya, bravo. Everyone give her a big high five.
High five, yes.
And,
Thank you guys.
yeah, have a great day. And I don't even have
Bye.
round up yet because I was just flying in here eating lunch, but let's love ourselves enough to live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, everybody, give yourself a great big hug. Ironically enough, my heal my relationship with money course that I took, it was all about how I need to feel safe with money. Go figure. So it's all about the safety in between our ears. So let's practice. Bye, honey.
Bye.
Let's practice our emotional regulation, guys, because every emotion runs our show. What I've learned in my Get Healthy with Money course is that your body, your brain is actually sensing danger well before you have the emotion. Your brain, doesn't your skin go kind of, when you feel like there's something dangerous around you, doesn't your skin just sort of crawl, or you like get this sense of feeling, right? Like your nervous system is always on guard for, is there something dangerous in my space? So you get that nervous system response, and then you have the emotion, and then you do the behavior that you normally do, and then you have the results. So your nervous system is seeing it, feeling it first. So when we don't feel safe, so we got to signal safety to our nervous system all the time. So these little butterfly hugs and the hugging and the havening, make yourself feel safe. Okay. We can test if we are not feeling safe by, right? Remember, we do the Charlie's Angel, turn to the side and turn to the side, and then see how far we can go. Do our little test, and then see how restricted our movement is, and then do our butterfly hug. Okay, or do our breathing. Take a few deep breaths. Or we could do the figure 8 infinity symbol, right? And follow our fingers. Right? Or we could go up and down. We can go take our eyes and do circles one way and circles the other way.
Yes.
Right? Everything's safe around us. We're in no imminent danger. Then we redo our test. And oh, guess what? Oh, I can go a ton farther this way. Can you guys go farther? I can do a ton farther. So we have just down-regulated our nervous systems, and we are feeling better and more able to receive information and do different behaviors. So bravo, everybody. Remember to always test your nervous system capacity and make it feel better before you try to force a new behavior on it. Okay. So new behavior is scary to your brain, by the way. So it just remember that you just got to train it that it's safe to do new behaviors. So that being said, how to fuel our body for life, we're going to talk about Monday night, which I thought was stellar, by the way. I love the new format. Do you not? I also put in a new nervous system. Oh, I put in a new nervous system video over the week I wanted to mention. It was about plugging your right nostril. Did anybody see that? Did you try that yesterday? And I was going to do it today. I was going to show up with cotton in my nose. I forgot. I'm going to do I did it yesterday while I was working, and don't you know, I was more focused, I think, than I've been in years. It really worked. I stuck the cotton ball in my right side. Isn't that crazy? Give it a try, because the left side stimulates the right brain and it calms down your brain. Give it a shot. Go back and look and find that video, because I think it really works. And the other thing is you can practice breathing through one nostril and then the other, and one and then the other. And then that's also good for getting yourself calm. So that being so enough about that. So try the left nostril thing. We're going to talk about Let's Talk. We're going to talk about some more wins. Oh boy, did we have wins this week. Community time. Let's see. And then any learns that we have. We can still take guests to the challenge. We have 2 whole weeks left. Raise your hand if you have loved some of the videos or the content. Right? raise your hand if you're not getting the videos daily. If you still don't know how to get in and use your videos, let me help you. Okay, because they're so good. They're such good quality. So good. So we have to celebrate Betty and Yvonne for being on the Habit Finder and being so loud and proud and vulnerable. We want to celebrate you both. Huge.
Yeah.
So I want to hear from both of you. And no question today. So let's see. Anybody on Monday night specifically? Sandy, I'm so glad you came. Sandy's on vacation. Our Sharon will be back around about 12:30. She's having lunch with some friends today. Anybody take notes from Monday, or was anybody on live at all?
I took some notes.
Did you? What'd you got, Kathy?
Well, I thought it was interesting when they said they did this. They had a group of people and they all ate the same food, the same calories.
Yeah.
But the people who ate every 3 hours lost weight and the other people didn't. I mean, I thought that was very insightful.
Yes.
Yes.
Because again, you're stoking your metabolism and the body loves that. So again, just how important the small 6 meals are.
Yes.
And I just went, I golfed this morning at 8 and then, so I ate at 7 and then I golfed and then I had a dentist appointment and I didn't get my every 3 hours. I didn't get it 3 hours. Well, by the time I got done at the dentist, I was so hangry, because I'd gone past my 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm eating a salad now, but it does make a difference.
Oh, doesn't it? Oh, I get so, anybody else get hangry?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you notice that every 2 to 3 hours is real important. And the fueling. Yes, they cited a study that was done that Dr. Anderson had been talking about. That I thought was brilliant. Anything else, Kathy? That's excellent. That's really good.
And then the other one that she said too is just that the science of the fuelings, it does make you drink more water. So if you stick with your fuelings, it's going to help you if you have trouble drinking water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you remember what they said about eating 3 times a day or 1 time a day? Kind of the fasting mentality. Do you remember anything about that?
Like they talked a little bit about the intermittent fasting. Is that what you mean? When she asked the question about the intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
I mean, she kind of basically said that we kind of are doing that right now because you know, we stop eating after 8 and then we don't eat those 12 hours or whatever. So we are sort of doing it. Yeah.
Right. Because if we have our last fueling after dinner even and you sleep and then you don't eat until your next time, you can make it be a significant fast in there.
Yes.
Kathy, I caught the fact that she said we're fasting between fuelings because if you eat and it only takes you a half an hour to digest the 100-calorie fueling, and then it takes another half an hour to absorb it, then you have another at least hour of fasting where your body is actually just in rest mode, which
yeah.
I really thought I had never heard that in all these years. I thought, well, that's really something. And I have, go ahead.
Kind of what you said before, if someone followed us, would they believe our goals? I just thought we got to, walk the talk, I guess. And then the other thing too, was she also said, again, don't get caught up in perfection. And I think we all do that. We want to do it just perfectly, but it's okay if we, have a blip here and there. So I thought it was really good. Very well done. Yeah.
Oh, they're just killing it, you guys. I mean, these mentors, I took a screenshot of what you just said. Kathy, I think these people are just killing it. Jared and Amber Smithson, I met them at a convention one time and they are just beyond brilliant people. They're really tall too. But yeah, so I took a screenshot. What does my life look like? Kathy just caught that. If someone followed you around for a week, would they believe you are serious about your goals?
I would say yes. For me, for the most part. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't have a
for the most part.
Yeah.
We
Like,
just went, we were gone for 5 days on vacation, and I got off a little bit, but I didn't gain any weight. So, we were active and
it's yeah. I just did a Facebook Live and I talked about that point, Kathy, because what's your identity? It's us changing our identity. And you nailed it on the head. Would people come and look at your life and go, yeah, she is focusing on what it takes to become healthiest version of her. She's got a goal to get to bed earlier. She's got a goal to do the plank for a minute. She is doing the celery washing and chopping, right? She's making her baggies every Monday morning of her celery, right? Yeah, this is evidence that she's becoming, right, the healthiest version. Does that make sense?
yes,
Yes.
To your point, no integrity, like you have to walk the talk, right?
right.
Even if it's not perfect, you gotta walk some talk or else, right? Knowing that it's be perfect. I just love that because it's about our identity and living into that new future self, right? What would my future self do? She would prepare her food on Monday, even though it took her 4 hours to food prep for the week, right? She would do that. Okay, I'm doing that, right? I just love that. I love that idea. So, Kathy, you got some great points there. Did you catch who caught the whole, anybody else see it? Anyone have any points from it? Mary, welcome. Phyllis, anyone else see it? Don't miss it, you guys. They did a brilliant job with some new concepts that I've never heard. I love the one gal who said, "Are you stuck in a cycle of Oh no, he said, "Are you in a cycle of compliance and defiance? Are you compliant and then defiant? Compliant, then defiant." Guess what that is? That's that obligation cycle, right? That Dave Blanchard talks about in the Habit Finder, right? Yeah, that was a big point. So many people, it's compliance, defiance, and that is that's never going to work in a million years. Has it worked for you yet? No.
No.
Right?
No.
So Yvonne, tell us, you were brilliant. You got on and you bravely put yourself out there in your scores with Dave Blanchard. And I was
Dave.
I was crying. I watched the recording. Tell him what happened. What's your breakthrough?
We were having this discussion and a lull came in and my brain was saying, you need to say this. No, within me, I was saying, you need to ask this question. And my brain was trying to talk me out of asking the question. And my question to Dave was sabotage. Because I know I have a habit of sabotaging myself. I don't need anybody else to do anything to sabotage me. I do it all by myself.
I do all the work.
So he asked me if he could go and look at my assessment, which I agreed. And he said, would it be okay if he showed it on the screen? I said it was okay. And he looked and he was right then and says, yes, I see your markers where you would be one to sabotage yourself. It all falls into line. And the thing is, I've dealt with a lot of trauma from childhood to adulthood. And as we were talking today, earlier with our phone call, that my body is holding the emotions that I have that are negative. My body is doing that. And the result of that is that I use food as my coping mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I self-sabotage when things come up. I use food as my way of getting through it. And as Amy and I were talking this morning, I revealed to her that if I didn't use food, I would either be an alcoholic or a drug addict.
Oh,
because I am trying to push down.
Yeah, it's true. You're trying
yeah,
to anesthetize yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So asking Dave that one question just just had a whole lot of stuff explode.
Yes.
That's the first time I have publicly among, and as Amy and I were talking, I felt safe enough to ask the question.
Wonderful. Yay.
And I didn't feel like there was going to be a lot of finger pointing or negative talk back. The woulda, shoulda, couldas. You should have did this. You should have did that, and all of that. So that's what happened to me. And the wins that I got from that, if can I go on with wins?
Sure.
Yep. Yes.
The wins that I got for that through this, from with Dave up until my phone call with Amy this morning, is that my brain is trying to cope with grief.
Oh.
I've had a lot of close deaths in the last 2 years. Two of my oldest and dearest friends passed away suddenly.
And cry, folks. Crying is important.
And
Yeah.
I did not, I wept, tears. Oh, how tears fall, like when you're watching a movie and you tear up. I did that, but I never cried through any of these
To get
deaths.
rid of it. Yeah.
Not when my mom died, not when my dad died. Being the oldest child, I took on like the responsibility of being the strongest one. So I was trying to manage everybody else. And
Yeah.
talking to Amy this morning, I realized that I didn't take care of myself.
Yeah.
And another win was through the talk with Amy is that my emotions are stuck in my body. And that's why I have a lot of pain, erratic pain, not a pain from any injury, not a pain from any sickness, just plain old ordinary pain all over my hands, my neck, my back.
Yeah.
And what Amy made me also realize is, and it's a part of my win that I'm going to put on my mirror everywhere, I am not my past.
Good.
So
Good.
whatever trauma I had back then is not who I am.
Yeah.
That's what I have to learn. I am not my past, with all the trauma, with all the whatever craziness. That's not who I am. So that's me.
Yay.
High five.
Awesome.
We could end now. I mean,
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
How many people got something out of that?
I did so much.
And did you hear her say she felt safe?
Yes.
Okay, that's the key. She felt safe here. She's feeling safe to make changes. When I pushed her buttons major when I asked her to speak in these groups, major. And she wasn't very happy, but she's feeling safe because of you all. And now she's with Dave, and he makes you feel like a grandpa, right? He's like your grandpa. He's like everybody's safety. And so here's what happens, right? Unmetabolized emotions are still in there. If we don't metabolize them and get them out like food, if we don't poop, can you imagine if you never metabolized your food and you never pooped? Do you know how,
Yep.
you know how miserable I am when I'm
That's
constipated?
misery.
I'm constipated. I'm just pissed.
Constipation.
And I know And truly, and I know if my nervous system is calm or not, if I can't poop, I know I better get my butt and sit down and figure out how to get calm, because if I don't
Yeah.
poop for
Yeah.
4 days, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like that. I mean, it is night and day. And I have of the last 5 years that my stress directly impacts my. So look at a lifetime of trauma, right, Sarah? A lifetime of trauma, taking care of everybody else, right? Stuffing down your emotions like like remember Carrie said last week about just shoving that beach ball under the water and how much effort and energy that takes. It's insane. And then you never metabolize, you never pooped it out, and it's all stuck in there. All that emotion is in there, guys. You took it in and you kept it in your body. That's why we can't get rid of the extra weight, because we never got the emotion out. The weight is your emotion. It's a symbol of, and your body's coping mechanism, because it still doesn't feel safe. She's for the first time in her life feeling safe. And I got to point this out. Can I keep using you as an example?
Good.
Feeling safe. Now this pain shows up. What's up with that? Where did this come from? Right? It's because it's now coming out. It's metabolizing, right? You're feeling safe enough to let it out. You said that for the first time, you told people this today. We are honored.
Yeah.
We are honored, because this is going to help you feel better, even though you feel worse right now. Sometimes it hurts when you're really constipated.
Yes, I've been there. And
And,
also, the
it hurts when it comes out.
when I go to the chiropractor, she has to say to me, relax, because my body is in a fight or flight situation
Yes, ma'am.
constantly.
Yes, ma'am.
Constantly with anything, going to the supermarket. I can feel the tension in my body going to the supermarket.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Bravo. 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 Everybody give her a big round of applause. Hearts and hugs, girl. And Phyllis has already offered her phone number. If you want to talk to each other offline and just talk stories, right? Please do, because the safer we all feel, the healthier we all get, right?
Yes.
So let me know, if you want to talk to somebody specific, or I'm sure everyone's happy to share phone numbers. Okay.
Yes.
And so this is brilliant. This is why we do.
Thanks for popping in.
Hey, Carrie, are you hearing this?
Well, you haven't seen the chat, lady. Blowing it up. That was amazing, Sarah. Bottom line stuff.
Emotional constipation is a real thing.
I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm running around doing stuff.
Oh, and Sandy said this is great. She had to leave. So I'm sure she got an earful. Oh boy, I tell you what. I'm sure she got an earful. Does she need to process emotion? Oh my. She's still in it. She's through it. She's in it to win it though. She's processing. Hey, glad you're here. Mary.
So just listen. I am
Did you have something to say? Do you have to go? Mary, are you in and out? Do you have to go? Let me know. Who has a time frame?
Go ahead, Rox.
I said I'm listening, but I can't really talk because I don't have good here and I'm working. But I'm
okay. If you have a show, you're welcome to. You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you.
You look gorgeous in your pink.
Yes, she does.
We know that something we say is going to help you today, so keep listening.
Yes.
Share a little win. I went to my annual doctor appointment, and the doctor told me like everything is okay with me, and I can skip some tests like urine for infections. She said, if you don't have anything, I think you're kind of okay. You're still having your periods. You're still not for test for hormones, so it's gonna be easy. So just got 2 shots, but that's it. So
Yay! She got a good
Yeah.
report.
Good, good.
Fantastic.
yeah,
Fantastic. That's awesome. And she has a couple new clients she's mentoring. They want to be Roxy when they grow up. She's
yeah. I'm just trying to say to that lady that if she can share, because they don't like it. But I mean, they look so beautiful. So I said, why not? I mean, inspire others. But we'll see.
keep inspiring your friends, girl. You are doing wonderful. That's a great story. Thanks for sharing your win. We appreciate it. Thank
Yes.
Mary, you have to go soon. I know you are in and out. Mary is going to be retired at the end of this month, so she is counting down the days,
Oh, good.
hanging on to her healthiest habits that she can. Because you know what? Is that stressful? Yeah. Right? Is that a big change? Yes. Is her brain going to be on fire? Yes. Right? So we gotta keep ourselves calm, right?
Yes.
Well, Mary, for staying straight and narrow. She's doing her very best and doing a great job. If we don't get to hear from her, so we're cheering you on, and we know you can do it. And she's staying true to all of her healthy habits from when I last talked to her. So.
Good.
So, let's see.
Híjole.
I did just have a couple people join the challenge. Don't forget, if you want on here before, there's still 2 full weeks of content and videos and things. So keep inviting. And then it's going to be open for another month. So today you mentioned the cycling. Roxy mentioned the doctor and hormones. Today's video was about hormones, and they were addressing women and cycles and making sure you honor your cycle. I thought that was awesome because it does give you an energy and ebb and flow, and it gives you a concentration ebb and flow. And so we have to honor that. So I thought that was great. If you didn't see it, make sure to catch it. Betty, let's move to you. I want you to share about your experience with, and then we can't lose. Phyllis, do you have to leave? Do you have a time frame? Are you with grandkids? Phyllis, you have to share your win too before you have to go. You're still on mute, girl. Phyllis is doing awesome. There she, are you still? Do you want to share quick before you have to go?
Was it a specific win you're wanting me to share?
Yes, your milestone from first grade to from second grade.
Down 10 pounds.
Yeah. Yay! And Phyllis has a hard time remembering all the good things. Can you remember what we talked about today that's better for you?
I was a little distracted because my little granddaughter is here. But
What's better for you?
Well, from the win today, don't allow emotions to enslave us. Instead, our emotions serve us. I have an unwavering commitment to my future healthy self.
Yes.
And then kind of this kind of sounds like what Sarah Yvonne was saying. My past does not define my future.
Huh?
So
yes. And in just 10 pounds, she is more energy. She gets up earlier. Her husband is noticing that she gets up earlier and she gets more done. And he's also noticing her commitment to her healthy eating schedule. And guess what happens with this? Tell him about the sweets. What's happening with your sweet craving?
I don't have a problem staying away from that, which is crazy. But I drink my chocolate shake in the morning. And yeah, I just think the protein really helps me curb all of that craving stuff.
Yep. Remember the magic of protein? They talked about that a couple weeks ago. That protein and the frequent eating keeps her out of the sugar and away from the dessert table at her events without a problem. So she's thrilled.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult. I came home and told my husband, and I was a little bit frustrated. Oh, I couldn't have any donuts, couldn't have any of that stuff. And he's like, I'm proud of you. So
Oh,
So let's
that's good. That's
what if-
good.
let's talk about this. What did she just say? I couldn't have it. Okay. Could you have it really though, Phyllis? Could you?
I decided not to, but yeah, because I
Huh?
chose to
Yeah.
want to get. But yeah, really, like I say, the shakes, the bars, I took them along with me, and that helped. So
Mhm.
I think my
So you
granddaughter just. I think my granddaughter just went outside, so I think I better go check on her.
okay, honey. Okay.
Huh?
So the thing that she said was she's getting is I get to, I want to, I choose to, and she's still working on that with Dave Blanchard. She's just
Yeah.
a second time around, and she is still working, getting that through her head and catching herself finding, no, I don't, like, we don't have to, we don't should, we don't have to, we can't, we can do anything we want, but we're going to choose to feel this way or choose to feel that way, right? Are we going to deprive ourselves of feeling good? Are we going to deprive ourselves of, what are we depriving ourselves of when we make choices? We're depriving ourselves, you know, one way or another, you're depriving yourself of dignity, respect, self-esteem and harmony, or we're robbing ourselves of, or are we gonna, you know what I'm saying? Or are we gonna just succumb to feeling good in the moment? So yeah, she's doing a great job working on this in here. So Betty, let's go and move forward to you. You did a amazing, have you spoken to Dave Blanchard private or one-on-one before? Well,
I had one, a couple of long. I think one of my first times around, I talked to him about something, but this was really because it hit me when they were just starting it, and about sitting around the table and at the front, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, what are they talking about? How can you know where you're sitting? I don't understand this. What's going? So I raised my hand and asked him about that, and it was really because it's like there's just a way you're supposed to move, and it's if you're starting to think, and it's like, okay, now I understand. Because as soon as I'm going into, well, life is going to be da 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 da. As soon as I'm out there, bring yourself back here, and and it's been easier this week. I've been pulling back and doing step by step. And when you were just asking before, if someone followed me around for a week, what would they follow? If someone followed me around for a week, A, they wouldn't believe I was on a diet. They really wouldn't. And B, they would have to believe I was on this program because of all the things that I do. Like you said, the sleeping, I'm getting more sleep. The exercise, I'm getting more exercise. The positive, I'm doing those, the focusing. I brush my teeth at night. I do half of the 2 minutes with my right hand and half with my left hand because, to get that brain figured out. And
good
if they
idea.
if they follow me around, they'd say, well, this is the weirdest diet I ever saw. Oh yeah, it is. Thank you. It's not a diet. It's a plan. And I liked where Sarah said the safeness. You are safe here. And I know on one of the wing calls they had asked if, what do you feel like when people give you advice? And it's like, and I said, in the old days, right before this program, I would say, it's none of my business what other people think of me. If they think highly of me, good. If they don't. But I said, now it's different because I'm seeking your opinion of me. I don't have to be afraid of your opinion. Wendy's not going to say, well, boy, were you dumb yesterday? She's not going to tell me that. You're not going to say, shape up, Betty. You're not going to say, that's wrong thing. No one says that to me. And we don't say that to each other. And so we get advice, and it isn't like, oh, the wall, there's no wall there. It's like, oh, just a minute, let me write that down, and we take notes and we do that. And so it really, I've learned a lot, and I learned so much from Sarah's. When she gave hers, I thought that could be me speaking what she was talking about. It could have been me for all the when she was first talking about that. Not the same problems that she has, but the different but everything she said was the same. And then there was one there,
It's the same ice cream, different flavor, isn't it? Same ice cream, different flavor.
Yes, exact. And there was
Yeah.
one on the wind call, the other two things that I like too. It said, your why for today. Is it time for wellness or is it time for illness? You can't do both. I like that. I like that one. And another one, it was, she came on, she says, I'm a recovering know-it-all, but I've shed shame. I'm helping my clients shed shame. And she said, I even partitioned my salsa, and she showed up different salsas that she'd measured out. And I thought, I do too. I do it in tablespoons. And if you don't know who that last person is someone we know and is in front of us. But I just thought, how neat. I heard all these people that I knew on the same win call. It was just great.
It's so fun when we find ourselves on those calls together, isn't it?
It is, yes. Because I think Wendy, was it Wendy that was on? No, it wasn't Wendy. Yvonne, no, it wasn't Yvonne. Anyway, Tanya, it was Tanya was on and I was on and you were on that same win call. So that's neat.
Yes, it's fun.
Yes, it is so neat. And I have to apologize. Today's Gene's birthday, that all the phone calls are wishing him happy birthday from his family. And he up the phone, but he's picking up the phone. This is good.
So Betty, continued aware. What I loved about when you shared with Dave, I was crying again, just crying because you are having awarenesses right in front of my eyes. Your walls are coming down. You are open and safe, right? You are processing through the emotion and metabolizing Kate's help, right? You're getting through some really tough stuff and getting that emotion out.
Yes.
I want to bravo you because you want that out of your body and out of your life, right? And in your arm. Now your arm goes, right?
Oh, well, it used to be, I go see Dr. Michelle, and when you're talking about seeing the chiropractor, see Dr. Michelle, and she'd be like, relax, 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 relax. And now when as she starts up this arm and she's trying to do this.
Yeah.
And of course, my arm is saying no, but it relaxes and she can do it. She can do it. And it does that. And the knee relaxes for her. But that's going through this. And Kate has worked with that a lot. Get rid
your body
of that poison out of there that's stuck in there. And it really does. So yes.
It's emotional poop, emotional constipation.
It is, and we don't need it. We don't want it to get it. And we're open to it. And you're safe. This is a safe place to be.
Yep.
It is.
Yep, absolutely. Bravo, Betty. Bravo. Keep up the good work. You are you're digging so hard, and I'm so proud of you. I can't even tell you. And I mean, truly. All right, Margot hasn't shared yet. Carrie, do you have a win you want to share? I know you're packing madly to leave tomorrow, but do you have a win of the week or a learn that you could, my wise lady friend in Ecuador?
I'm still standing and I'm still breathing and I'm still packing. That's my win.
Okay. She's still standing and breathing. This is her win. Okay. Good. She's still practicing her techniques. How about you, Margot? You haven't had a chance.
Sometimes I lay down and breathe and just look up at the ceiling.
You know what, Carrie? Did you see the picture I shared yesterday in our group, our Friday group?
We're gonna go with probably no. I don't know which one you mean. Oh, laying down, looking up at the clouds. Yeah.
So I have a gal that helps me process my emotions out of my body. And what her assignment was to me was to literally lay on the floor for 5 minutes every 30 minutes.
Wow.
Literally lay on the floor because I can't stop. And I took a picture of myself laying in the grass yesterday, one of me in the grass, and then I took one of the sky and the clouds to prove it to her that I actually laid down twice yesterday. And she told me last week to do it. Yesterday was the first day the second day I could actually do it, you guys. It was, that was big for me.
That's good. Good.
That was I laid down for 5 minutes on the ground.
And did nothing.
Proud of you.
nothing but look and breathe and just try to be calm while I'm laying there doing nothing. Isn't that a win? That's a win for this girl right here. So
Yay.
I know, right? And so Carrie knows too. She knows my speed, which is hyper speed. So thank you, Carrie, for sharing. I love the balloon. I keep thinking about the balloon that you shared last week about shoving that balloon underneath, right? The water. That's a lot of energy. So thank you. Wendy, you were on a quiz. We were talking about your cruise, and I'm so proud of you because you just took. Wendy's like, oh, like I'm doing what I want to do. Everybody go whale watching, do your thing, but she's taking care of her own self in her own way, doing her own thing, and that is so cool.
I
That
have
is
a
so cool.
comment. I'm trying to process my thoughts around this, but you know, there's all kinds of people in this world, and when you get on a cruise, you see everything, right? From
Yeah.
all over everywhere, and there's all the food you want to eat. You can make really good choices. You don't have to go overboard and eat. I mean, the pastries are there, everything's there. I kind of ate what I wanted, but for me, it was great because there was fruit everywhere and salad bar, and you know, I don't eat French fries all day long. You know, I had a half a order one day and a baked potato the next, so it was good. But the thing that it just like totally bugged me, and I'm still processing that, you know, it's all about loving yourself, right? And some people, I think, maybe rationalize away their what health problems or, well, okay, the thing that triggered me was this large gentleman who was wearing a t-shirt that said, my stomach is, and then it said F, and then in brackets it had an L, and then it said AT. And underneath it said the L is silent. And the man, so my stomach is flat, but the L is silent, right? And it just triggered me because he was this large gentleman, and you know, he was like poking fun at himself, I guess. I'm like, no, it's not, it's a, you know what I mean? It was just like, it wasn't a positive thing for him. But he was wearing it like he thought it was funny, you know.
He's buffering
I just
his
felt that.
Yeah, people buffer. They buffer with jokes and comedy and sarcasm, and they buffer their own fears in all kinds of ways. You know, like Robin Williams, comedian, right?
Yeah.
Funniest guy ever, but in so much pain, right? So people come and he kills himself because he's so depressed. Who would know? Who would know, right? I mean, so that just screams to me that this guy really needs help because he's really in denial about his emotional constipation.
Yeah, that's the word, denial. And I saw that, and I was just like, oh, it was just sad. It wasn't funny. It was sad.
Yeah.
Big denial.
I would joke. I always joked and poke fun at myself before you could, before you could say, wow, Betty, have you ever gotten fat? I could just say, make way, the fat lady's coming through. You know, I would make the joke. Before you could get me, before it would hurt, you know.
Right. It's a coping mechanism, isn't it, Betty?
Yeah, it is. And so.
Yeah, because you're right, Wendy, if you've got your wits about you and you do have your, you know, if you're not functioning from fight or flight and amygdala all the time, Wendy, like you really have most of the time you're functioning from your cerebral cortex and you're making informed decisions and you're deciding like an adult versus people who are being run by their childhood amygdala who are really still afraid of getting spanked. You know, I mean, they may be 70, but like Betty, right? You're still afraid of getting spanked and told what to do when you were 5, right? So, and like Yvonne, who knows what happens, right? We just, if we don't process it, we live that way, even though our body gets old. We just live in that young place in our head. It's just so sad, isn't it, Wendy?
Yeah.
It just shows me how emotionally grounded you are because you can go on a ship like that and see around you and see your choices and make faculty decisions. And it's not a big deal, right? Other people are like, I can't control myself. I eat until I'm sick, right? It's
Yes.
really, it very
I
shows me
never,
how.
I never did get to the weight room, but I did have a nice massage one day because talk about like emotions that won't go away. I had this like knot in my neck that will not let go for like 6 or 8 months here. So I did have a nice long massage one day. That was nice.
You might want to ask your body, what's up with this? What am I holding? What is this emotion saying to me? I had someone tell me that early on, like 5 years ago. What do you need, body? What do you need me to understand? What do you need? What do you need me to do? And I was like, what are you talking about? I have no idea how to talk to my body. But now I get it. Like our body holds this stuff. So ask yourself, what is this all about? I'm doing, I got this knot in right now. I got this big spasm in my thigh, and I'm asking myself, what is going on in my head? Why do I have this spasm in my thigh? What is happening? And I haven't figured it out yet, but when I do, I'll let you know. So
I learned a
think about your neck.
relaxation. I learned a relaxation technique from when I used to go to your chiropractic practice, and Dr. Brian used to say, go to your happy place. Just, and I always thought about this trip I had to Hawaii and this black sand beach. And I just say, go to Hawaii, go to Hawaii.
Go to your happy place. That's so great. You guys go to your happy place. That's what we do in our Friday group, is we put up a picture of some beautiful place and pretend we're there. That's exactly
Just
what.
stay there. And I do that still today when I'm getting adjusted. I'm like, go to your happy place. Oh, Hawaii.
Bravo, everyone. Listen to Wendy. Go to your happy place in your head or visualize it, put it up, because that is exactly it, Wendy. That's awesome. That is awesome. Margot, you didn't get to share yet. You got the floor, girl, and then you got closing because we have 7 minutes.
Okay. First of all, Monday night, I thought was really good and so very basic. When they were talking about lifestyle. Lifestyle is really it. And I think one of the first things they started with that made so much sense is everybody goes out looking for the next best, greatest thing, way to change their life, way to make changes, what they can buy, what they can have, what machine they need, and all of that. When in reality, they don't have to spend any money.
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, they don't have to spend any money. They can do simple things. They can breathe. They can motivate or meditate. They can show gratitude. They can go walking in the sunshine.
Yeah.
They can lay in the grass and be quiet for a certain amount of time. And all those things build to change your lifestyle and make you calm and make you appreciate what you have and who you are. And the other thing that they talked about that I thought was important is not trying to do it all at once. Take baby steps.
Baby steps.
You start with, and if I think back to all the programs I did before I found Habits of Health and Optavia, was as soon as I got on it, I wanted to change then. I wanted it right away. And when I wasn't getting it right away, then the program wasn't working. Then the plan wasn't working.
Oh, you got defiant.
Yeah. And
patient.
Yeah, it was like, okay, so move on, the next thing. It wasn't having the patience, and that led to when he talked about the difference between defiance and compliance.
Yeah.
And how much easier it is to be defiant about something than to comply with it.
Yep.
Losing weight is good. Losing weight is important if you need to do it. But building your whole body is what's really important. And that's when he talked about muscle mass and the need for protein, the need for fiber and good nutrition and things like that. And you can be overweight, but get onto a good nutrition program. And maybe you don't lose weight doing it, but you're going to change your body makeup while you're doing it. And that's almost more important in the long run.
Mhm.
And of course, always going back to whatever we do, seems to come back to stop, challenge, and choose. You know, he was talking a lot about emotional intelligence and how we let our emotions take over. And proof in the pudding, as you well know, is I had a crash this week. It was totally unlike me, but Monday I fell apart and completely. And there was no, whatever I did, whatever I tried, there was no coming back because I didn't want to. I wanted to be angry. I wanted to be fed up. I wanted to be disgusted. I wanted all of that. And I never want any of that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get rid of it. And you know, because I talked to you at quite length that day, that the trigger was something so stupid. But it told me the trigger was not the issue. There were a lot of issues behind it. And the trigger is just what finally set it off. It was that old straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I had a whole bale of hay fall on me.
Oh.
And it was like, I'm not going to get out of this. And then fortunately, Amy, after talking to you and doing a few other things, I got back and I sat back and I went, I actually went and stood in the bathroom and looked in the mirror. And I went, who are you? Who are you? Who are you being? What is going on? And realized I was not being authentic to myself,
Mhm.
that I was giving in to
Mhm.
unnecessary issues. I was creating problems.
Mhm.
But obviously, I had to get them out. And the
Mhm.
wounds that had been building that I worked so hard to get past that
Mhm.
I didn't realize were still sitting in there, that were
Mhm.
still in the back of my brain
Yeah.
going, okay, today's the day you're going to come out and we're going to clean house.
Yeah. So you needed to metabolize the fear or the anger or the sadness, and you needed to process that, right?
Yes, I needed to stop being Pollyanna for a day.
Amber did a great job Monday, and Amber Smithson, I just put the link in this chat right now. They did a great job Monday talking about we have to process through these emotions because they're gonna wait for us on the other side. When he said that, I'm like, oh, that is so true. You can be successful on a diet, but that emotion is gonna wait for you on the other side.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's what, and I didn't realize how much I had been holding back.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I'm going, okay, wait a minute. I got to get this out. And finding ways to, talking to you helped, and a few other things that I did afterwards helped. But
Here,
literally, when I faced myself in the mirror and went, what in the hell are you doing? You know, why are you wasting time of your life
yeah.
with this kind of stupidity?
And that's what Dave Blanchard says. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I choose you. We're
Yeah.
okay. Right?
Yeah.
I choose you.
Yes.
We are okay. That's when you give yourself a high five and go, I'm back. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And realizing that what you do and who you are doesn't always have to be perfect. In fact, I don't think it's really fun if it's always perfect, because you always want something to build to. You always want something more to have. And
Right.
if it's perfect, what else is there?
Right.
But if you've got the opportunity to grow and to know and to learn, and the learning, I think, is the real key element to it, is learning. And yeah, and I didn't realize how far down the rabbit hole I had gotten.
Well, you don't.
And
You slip. You slip
you
down
do,
there.
you do.
And then all of a sudden you look around. But the thing is now you know. Before you might have gone on until you hit rock bottom. but we know now. Now if something says stop, 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 stop. It might take three or four stop signs, but we listen now. We listen.
And then the next part, of course, is stop. Just breathe. Just let it flow through.
Yes.
Let it go out. And then challenge yourself.
90 seconds.
Choose the road you want to take.
Yeah.
And that's it. So, yeah, it was a combination of what I learned for the week, and Monday night kind of brought it all together. You know, it was the Monday before that I fell apart, and it was Monday night where I went, yeah, I'm back where I want to be. Good. I'm back to who I want to be. And that was worth its weight in gold. But it takes a lot to face yourself. And to be able to say, I'm not all that all the time. You know, there's good days and there's bad days, and you can't constantly keep shoving the bad days aside because they're going to come out eventually. You're still going to have to live with them, and you're still going to have to live through them. And fortunately, I made it through this one. So, yes, that was my week.
And you got to the bottom of what it was, and were you able to process that through, or are you still working on it?
I'm still working on it, but I'm in such a much better place because I'm back to be honest with myself and real with myself, and what I want and where I want to go and what I want to do, and not based on what anybody has told me I should do or how I should feel or what I let my own real feelings come out, and I needed to do that. I haven't done that in a long time.
And remember what you just said was sit and let you feel it. And Yvonne, as you go back into therapy and you're afraid of that, just remember, you just have to be able to tolerate that feeling wave for 90 seconds because that feeling emotion wave only really lasts 90 seconds. So count to 90, right, everybody? Don't be afraid of it. Just count to 90. It's going to be gone soon.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, my closing piece this week is short, simple, and sweet, but it tells a story. So are you ready for it?
You bet. Yes.
Okay. I have seen better days, but I've also seen worse. I don't have everything I want, but I do have all I need. I woke up with some aches and pains, but I woke up. My life may not be perfect, but I am blessed.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that.
Simple and easy.
That's a good one. Simple and easy. We needed that because we're over by 4 minutes. So thank you so much for sharing, and thank you, Vulnerable, for being beautiful, everyone, and making everyone feel safe. So I texted you Phyllis and Margot's number, Yvonne, if you want to chat with them. So okay.
Yes.
Yeah, please do.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love
Yes.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.